Having already spoiled us with the launch of Rise back in March, Capcom's wildly successful Monster Hunter franchise shows no sign of slowing down. Because in addition to letting players go head to head with large-scale beasts in real time, Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin, arrives very soon to let us rub shoulders with these creatures in a much different perspective. But what if you're still not sure whether this more family-friendly take is for you? I'm Aaron from Console Deals. Now here are 5 reasons to be excited about Monster Hunter Stories 2. Don't be fooled by the big 2 in the game's title. Capcom are well aware that not everyone will have played the original Monster Hunter stories, and so have weaved an entirely standalone sequel story that everyone can enjoy. Here you play as the grandson of a legendary rider called Red, attempting to fulfill your role as a hero by uncovering the secret behind the mass disappearance of Rathalos around the world. This you do by collecting monsties and adding them to your party while working with companion characters like Enna, who also plays an important role in Wings of Ruin's story. There's much more emphasis placed on narrative here than there usually is in mainline Monster Hunter installments, with an anime adaptation of Wings of Ruin's journey already in the works. All this is indicative of how appealing the story here is intended to be for all family members, as well as veterans and newcomers alike. Whereas the likes of World and Rise were entirely based on real-time action that encouraged smart dodging and precise hits, Stories 2 is a much more stripped-back affair. Its battle system is more akin to something like Pokemon, playing out in turn-based fashion to let players think ahead and work in strong cooperation with their Monstie party members. Do this well enough and you'll build up your bond, letting you unleash even more devastating attacks against foes. Turn-based battles are all based around a rock, paper, scissors-like system where you must predict and account for 3 different attack types in power, speed, and technical. One of the 3 always trumps the other, meaning you won't be able to just button mash your way through wildlife fights. Should you and your foe pick the same move type, you'll both take damage, so it's always worth paying attention to the stats of any rival monstie that just so happens to make an appearance. We know that Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin doesn't officially launch worldwide until July 9th, but what if there was a way you could get started on your journey now? It's all possible thanks to the demo currently available on the Nintendo Switch eShop, which allows you to begin the game and play through the first couple of hours. The best part is, similar to other Switch demos like Bravely Default 2 and Dragon Quest XI, you won't have to start again on release day, as any progress made here will transfer over. Not only will this method save you from having to play through the same opening section twice, including the tutorial, but it also means you can get started playing Monster Hunter Stories 2 today. Sure, you'll have to take a week's break before diving back in again, yet it's also a great way to get a feel for what the full game offers before jumping in proper. The original Monster Hunter Stories released initially for 3DS, before eventually coming to mobile devices. However, being built from the ground up for Nintendo's portable hardware meant that Capcom were somewhat limited when fleshing out this world. That will now be sold for the sequel as it's releasing for Nintendo Switch and PC, 2 platforms that are more than capable of rendering this world more beautifully than ever before. Rise already demonstrated what a realistic Monster Hunter could look like in HD on Switch, but now Stories 2 will be getting a similar treatment. This time amidst an art style that is noticeably more colourful and creative. Wings of Ruin will see you traverse various different regions on your quest to become the best rider too, and it'll all look stunning in a way not previously possible with the Nintendo 3DS original. Don't like going it alone? Monster Hunter Stories 2 offers you multiple ways to party up and join other players. One of the ways is through what's known as co-op expedition quests, which will see you and friends team up during fights. All it takes is for one of you to engage a wild monster out in the field, then you'll both be pulled in, so always make sure that you're prepared beforehand. Co-op quests even lead the way to secrets unavailable in the main story, including monsters that you won't find anywhere else. Then of course, if you want to prove who's the best rider out of the 2 of you, you and a friend can always compete in versus battles. Then, when that's out the way, if you ever feel like a proper challenge, you can kick the action up a notch by searching for international riders worldwide to compete with. So there you have it in terms of 5 reasons why we can't wait to play Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin when it releases on Switch and PC this July 9th. Do let us know if you plan on picking it up in the comments section below. Following that, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for even more videos like this. Until then, enjoy your weekend and happy gaming!